friends, it's me, Rhea Peterson. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are doing well. I have a few things on my list that I want to get done today. I said 1,000 times, we've just been really busy. I just ran a marathon and I have been recovering and just really tired, and the house needs a bit of a reset. I need to clean my shower in our master bathroom. I have just like surfaces that really need to be wiped down, vacuuming and a little bit of mopping. And then just a couple little things. I need to do a little bit of meal prep for the kids for breakfasts and lunches. And I actually have been wanting to do some like staying on task help for my kids. I have some clipboards and I have some ideas. Checklists are a big thing in our house. They're really beneficial, especially when things are broken down step by step. I myself, as a grown adult, get overwhelmed by too many instructions all at once. And my kids definitely are no exception. So I am going to share with you what I am doing to help my kids kind of get through their routine, make things a little bit easier, give them a little bit more autonomy with that. So a lot of things to do today, lots on the list. I don't know if I'll get it all done today, but I am motivated to get the house tidied up, calm and clean my shower, and get that stuff squared away for my kids. But thank you so much for clicking on my video and hanging out with me. I hope you will continue. Consider subscribing if you're not already. Hope you're doing well. Let's get started. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is get the shower sprayed, and then as that sits, I wanna let it sit for probably like an hour or so, maybe a little more. And I'm just gonna use that time to tidy up the rest of the house. Downstairs needs it the most. So like the kitchen table needs to be wiped, the floors need to be cleaned, living room, that kind of stuff. The kitchen's not terrible. And I do wanna do like a little meal prep, like make some pumpkin muffins for my kids. So we'll tidy up the kitchen with that as well. So let's get the shower sprayed. I'm just gonna use this Clorox bleach spray. This stuff's really great, especially with that white grout. So we're gonna let that spray, get that sprayed, let it sit, and then tidy up the downstairs because it needs it real bad. Okay, so here is my plan of action. I don't want to spend all day cleaning, but I kind of want it to feel like I spent all day cleaning. So we're doing a lot of surface level stuff. I have got the oven preheating. So while the oven preheats, I'm going to tidy up the living room, get the pillows straightened, vacuum the carpet, just tidy all of the mess. There's just stuff everywhere. I see a dart down here. So we're gonna tidy up the living room, and then once the oven is preheated, we will make I'm gonna do some mini muffins for the kids for like breakfasts and little lunch treats as well. And then we'll hit like the kitchen and the dining room. That dining room table is like the amount of food that is on that table could probably feed a person. So we need to address that well. So let's start in the living room. Let's keep it simple. We're gonna do one thing at a time, and our time allotment is however long it takes the oven to preheat, plus maybe like a minute. So let's do the living room.
Small city thinking, I get why you left. Small-minded people sure know how to drink. I came to the party, I laughed at the jokes you made. I wish that I hadn't, 'cause now the joke's on me. I didn't come here just so I could watch you make a mess. I didn't come here to ugly cry in my favorite dress. So what were you thinking then when you kissed your lips? Now I'm kinda glad you did. 'cause now you adore me. Go ahead now.
Well, this blanket is a king-sized Pendleton blanket. I got it at Costco and it is amazing, and it finally makes sense to have it down here because it is getting colder, but it sits down here year round. We love to have it on the couch when we're like watching a movie as a family downstairs because it's big enough to fit pretty much everybody, and it's really cozy, and the kids just like to play with it. They'll pull it out and like roll themselves up into burritos or like pretend that they're hiding in a cave with it. It's a super fun blanket. But we definitely, I spend a lot of time folding it back up during the day when nobody's home. But like I said, we have been really busy. I feel like that's all I ever talk about is how busy we have been. I have 3 kids, so it's kind of to be expected. In the fall, we do lots of activities, so we've just had lots going on. And I did say in my intro that I did just run a marathon, which I talk a little bit about on my Instagram. So if you're interested in kind of how that went down, I did post about it over there. I don't post a ton on Instagram right now. I'm trying to kind of get back into the swing of things with that, but my marathon did not go exactly how it was planned. I definitely have been dealing with a little bit of mental health. I don't know if struggle is the right word. I do have anxiety, so sometimes anxiety just kind of takes over. And for my marathon, it was no exception, which usually isn't the case, but I am going to just finish up vacuuming. We're going to make some muffins. We'll chat some more. Let me know down in the comments what you're working on. Oh, it feels good to have that cleaned up. Okay, so here are all of our ingredients. It's a banana pumpkin muffin, and I'm gonna do mini muffins so that I can fit them in lunches and stuff. And it's just your basic ingredients. We've got cinnamon and pumpkin pie spice. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the dry ingredients in one bowl and then mix all of our wet ingredients, combine it, and get it in the oven. I'm excited for these little mini muffins. They should be really, really good.
I had a dream once, I kept it close. It seemed so important to have it all then. I used to believe that I needed to be someone to actually be someone. Everyone else seemed to get it right, but now I'm the cool kid, all weird, not chasing superficial things, that's clear. Ooh, I've got cool friends, ditch trends, they always see through them. That's why I am rich. Though I got no money, no, I am rich. Isn't it funny, though? Looking back, all I see is signs.
I'm just getting the cinnamon sugar topping all together. You're supposed to sprinkle it on before you put it in the oven. I would suggest either putting on more than I did or adding a little bit more when you're done. I had already cleaned everything up by the time the muffins were done, like getting rid of the cinnamon and sugar. So I didn't have more to sprinkle on, but I am using my scooper. Didn't work out. It was too big, especially with these little minis. So I put everything in a Ziploc bag. That's a gallon Ziploc bag. Cut the corner off of the bag and I'm just piping it in. It was nice too because if I had any extra batter or anything, I could very easily put it in another bag, stick it in the fridge, save it for later if I didn't want to do another round of muffins. So very handy trick. Very glad that I didn't keep trying to use the scoop because it did not go well. But I'm going to bake these for 10 minutes. We're going to clean up. Oh, the house smells so good with these. Okay, while those bake, we are going to do up the dishes. There's just a couple of things, but the dishwasher's dirty, so I can just put all the dishes in there except for one pan, and then we're just gonna wipe down all the surfaces and clean the floors. I really, really need to mop. It's been a while. So the kitchen should be really quick. It's not too bad. And it's gonna be even better because it's gonna smell so good because of those muffins.
In the quiet of the night, my head's going so loud. It sounds just like a party. Thoughts spin around like shadows they cast. I'm an overthinker, lost in my life. I'm always searching for answers I'll never find. That's the every moment, every choice I make, caught in a cycle, can't catch a break.
True to form, I had the pan from the night before. We just went to bed. This pan wasn't going to hurt anything, but you can see the carnage of the pan from 2 nights before because we'd used the cast iron and just had it in the sink. And so there is a little bit of a rust ring, so I am going to need to take care of that. But oh well, it's really easy to get off of there. I just like to use the Scrub Daddy Power Paste, and my sleep and downtime after a busy day is more important than one dish in the sink. So I'm going to finish getting this washed up, and then we are going to address the rust ring. Like I said, we've got the Scrub Daddy Power Paste. The pink stuff would work too, or even just like baking soda and water would probably get it out, but I like the Scrub Daddy Power Paste. I'm just using our regular sponge and just scrubbing it off, and then we're going to clean the sink out with the Dawn Power Wash just to get it really nice and clean. I don't know about you, but I actually really enjoy cleaning the sink. It's just really satisfying. It's one thing that I do almost every time after I do the dishes. It's just one of those things that makes me happy.
Ooh, maybe one day and I'll pay attention to myself. I'd rather pay attention to you. I'm an overthinker, lost in my life. I'm always searching for answers I'll never find.
Okay, our muffins are done. The dishes are done. We're just gonna wipe off the counters in the kitchen real quick, hit the dining room table, and then we're gonna mop the floors because they are disgusting. And then after that, we're gonna go up and clean the shower, and then we can just kind of work on our project and call it good. I am very much looking forward to the house being clean, but it not taking hours from my day. That apple cider Mrs. Meyer spray is one of my favorites. I absolutely love it. Also, that's the last you're going to see of the muffins. I totally forgot to show you like what they look like on the inside or how I put them away like I normally do. So sorry about that, but they look like muffins on the inside, and they're just a smaller version, and I put them in a large airtight Pyrex container with a lid. And that's how I stored it. They were a huge hit with my kids. I assuming it was partially the flavor, but honestly, I think it was just because they were mini muffins. That was our first time ever making mini muffins in the house. I had just gotten that mini muffin pan not too long ago, and my kids were very enthusiastic about it. It was very, very exciting. So there you go. Maybe that's the secret. It's not the content of the food, it's the size of it that will get them to eat it. I don't think that that's how it's going to work in my house, but oh man, could you imagine if that was the secret to getting your kids to not be picky, was just to put everything in mini form? That would be amazing. It's not though, but I'm going to try some other muffin recipes, some that maybe weren't as big of a hit, just to test my theory. So I'll get back to you on that. I'm going to finish wiping off the counters here and just continue to clean, I guess. There is a fly that is just gonna get really obnoxious here when I clean the table off in a minute, but I just kind of left him alone. He was slowing down, so he's probably stuck in the Zevo light thing at this point.
For you, in the silent dawn, you stir from sleep. Sunlight paints your face in a golden sheen. devotion, I'd sow with pride. For you, I give up my dreams, my hopes, my view. For you, what more could I ever do? I give up the world.
Well, you can see our fly friend just doing fly stuff. Part of the problem with getting the bigger flies in the house is Harley has a hard time like walking across the hard floors because she's always afraid she's going to fall, which it is a problem. She's been falling a lot lately. She's got some nerve troubles in her hind legs, but we have to stand there with the door open and kind of hype her up, like cheer her on to actually cross the room to go outside, and the flies get in the house that way. So I'm okay with the fly, as long as, you know, Harley's still kicking here. She's really struggling though. Oh, it's sad to watch, but we just adore her and she's hanging in there. She keeps a positive vibe in the house and she still likes to play sometimes. She still has her appetite. So we're enthusiastic, but we're already kind of temporarily going insane and thinking maybe she like needs a friend or somebody to hang out with. Like we were pretty set on not having a pet once her time with us was done, but now we're talking about it more, and I don't know who we are anymore, but Harley's still kicking it. I like to think that she still has the rest of forever of the existence of all time left with me, so hopefully that's true, but some days I get a little worried, but she's still hanging in there. You see her right there. She loves to be around and hang out whenever I'm doing anything. She's my shadow. So it is very fun, especially when the kids are at school. I'm not used to how quiet it gets all of the time. And it is nice to have her around to hang out with. But I've got my Prosenic here. We're going to use the wet dry vacuum. I love these. I think that they are really, really great tools to have. It took me forever to finally like narrow down and pick one. And I've tried a couple now and they are huge time savers. I still have my bucket and mop. It's still really handy, but when you need to sweep and mop, these things, amazing. Love them.
About halfway in, I noticed it was just an outlet. Anyone so alone. What's the secret to this life? I struggle to do right. Anyone lend me a hand? Tired EP spinning on repeat. Feels like everyone is brainwashed. Oh, I would give anything to get some truth. Yes, I could do it all different, but what's the use? Anyone so alone. What's the secret to this life? I struggle to do right.
Okay, so the Prosenic is doing its self-cleaning cycle. Downstairs is all clean. It looks great. The floors are mopped for the first time in history, it feels. So we're gonna go upstairs, scrub the shower, and get that all squared away. But we're almost done with the big cleaning. That shower, she's a beast, but I'm gonna get the worst of it taken care of and just kind of get what I need to get done and not make a big deal, like if I don't clean the outside of the glass or anything, if I don't want to by the end, because the floors are what are most disgusting. So let's head upstairs. Okay, so the spray seems to have done quite a bit. It is not looking as disgusting in here. There are a couple of spots you see there that are still a little dark. I'm gonna get my big electric scrubber and the Dawn Power Wash. I'm gonna rinse all the bleach off first and then spray it with the soap, and we're gonna give it a really good scrub. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna just get my hand scrubber. I think that's gonna be better. So let me go grab the tools. It smells like bleach in here. Ugh.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. Oh, oh, I can't believe you love me. Oh, oh, I just feel so lucky. Oh, still can't believe you love me.
Well, the Dawn Power Wash and the scrubber did a great job. The floor was back to its original state after that. It worked really, really well. I love just having versatile products, and things like dish soap are really, really great for showers because you get all of that oil and everything everywhere, and it breaks it down really nicely. It's just really great. I was lazy and didn't go get something else to use on the glass. I do regret using the scrubber on the glass. It just left it a little, I don't know if streaky is the right word. It was fine, but a sponge probably would have been better, or using my actual electric scrubber. But this thing seemed to do okay. It also was just kind of hard to get in the corners. So if you have a scrubber, that scrubber is not the scrubber for the glass. But we've got it all clean. I'm going to get all things rinsed off. I do want to show you my project for the kids, making checklists for them. I'll talk about it a little bit more, but in our house, I have ADHD. It's definitely something that we all get to enjoy in this house. And so making systems, making things easier, regardless of whether or not you have a kid with ADHD, is definitely beneficial. And I have been just trying to make things a little easier for them so they're not as overwhelmed, and it makes it easier for me because I don't feel like I am repeating myself all of the time. So I'm going to show you what I've been working on. It definitely is new, so there's going to be a little bit of troubleshooting, but it's been helping. Okay, let me show you what I've been doing. I've been designing these on Canva. I have kids that may or may not have ADHD like me, and lists are so helpful. And so what I have done is I made one very specific for my two olders that are good at reading, and this is their bedroom cleaning checklist, and it breaks down each thing that they need to do to clean their room, and then there's just the little check boxes, and then just in case we think of something else, we've got this area here to add things to. And I printed two for my boys. I don't have one for Alice yet because she still gets lots of help with hers, and I just honestly have not. Wrapping my head around it is a little bit trickier with her room, so I haven't made one for her yet. If she is disappointed though, I'll make her one and I'll share that one with you. And then early in the morning, my kids are really independent and oftentimes can get quite a bit done on their own, but sometimes it's just a little bit harder. And especially with Callum, when you give him one direction at a time, he thrives a lot better. So what I did was I just kind of broke down the morning for him, just giving each little thing that he's supposed to do with little reminders as well, because these are things that we forget to do. Just to kind of get through the list, we often talk about we need to get through the need to do's before we can do some of the want to do's if there's time. And then when they're supposed to be getting dressed, they're playing with Legos or something. So this is just to kind of keep him focused and give him something that he can check off. And I did make one of these for Alice. Hers is a little different because she's not really a reader yet. I just did pictures. She knows the whole routine and can do a great job. But honestly, I know that she's gonna want a checklist, and this was a really easy one to put together. So I just did little pictures. There's a little girl making her bed, eating her breakfast, getting dressed, that kind of stuff. Very basic. She's typically through her list pretty quickly in the morning, but I just wanted to make sure she had something as well. So I am gonna laminate these, and then I bought a bunch of clipboards. This came in a 6-pack on Amazon, which is really, really useful. And I am just going to laminate them, put them on the clipboards, and then hang them on the wall with some expo markers, and then they can just kind of go through their lists. And one thing I will do as well is share the document. So if you want to use these, absolutely. And I will, I'll share the ones that I made, and then I'll try to share some blank ones too. We'll see what I can figure out. But I'm gonna get these laminated, get that ready to go, and then we can hang them up. But they turned out pretty well, all things considered. The checklists laminated great. I just hung them up on the wall with some command strips. It was a really, really easy project to do. My kids were very enthusiastic about it. I don't think I'm gonna let them just have expo markers in their room. Expo markers are really hard to get off of a fabric. So mom holds on to the markers, but it's a good motivator to just have the lists, change things up. And we'll see how long it sticks. I often have to like change colors, things like that for the kids. So I might get slip covers instead of full on laminating them if I need to start switching out the color of the font or just the pictures on there to make it exciting and keep it fresh in the brain, because that is also something that is very helpful in the house, is to kind of change the reminders. It's the same reminder, but it looks different, and that kind of triggers the mind. But that is everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I so appreciate it. We got a lot done. The shower is clean. We got our project done. We got some meal prep done. So many things. And I so appreciate the time that you've given me. I hope that you're doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. You're so important, and you are enough, and I appreciate you. If you're not already, consider subscribing, continue to hang out with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.